This version of you cannot handle the things you're working towards and praying for. Even if you had what you're asking for, because of who you are on the inside, you would find a way to sabotage it or be irresponsible with it. I want you to picture that you're going to Spain or Italy for the first time in your life. And then a friend of yours says, "Hey, guess what? I actually have a house there. I'll tell you what the key is. Only thing is, I left a bit of a mess in the kitchen. It's been 3 weeks and I haven't done the dishes, but I'm getting some fresh groceries delivered to you right now." And so you get there, you find the home, everything, nice place. Then you find the vegetables, all the stuff, all the groceries have been delivered to the house. But you're so tired. You've been on a flight for like 8 hours. You just want to eat, you want to cook right now. And I want you to imagine what would happen. 3-week-old pots and pans, and you cook in that same pot. What do you think would happen to the food? Because of what's rotting inside of those pots and pans, it's going to corrupt whatever you put inside of it, and it doesn't matter how fresh it is. And that's what it's like when you try to put who you are right now with how you think. When you try to put that person inside of the life you're asking for, you start to ruin it, the entire thing. This week I've actually been reading the book of Joshua. And listen, before you check out, right, it doesn't matter what religion you are, the spiritual truths always remain the same across the board. It's really interesting that this verse, and it says, "Sanctify yourselves, for tomorrow God's going to do something great among you." So I'm like, okay, what's sanctify? Like, I've heard that word so many times in my life. I'm like, what's sanctify? So I look it up. Sanctify means to make clean, to make holy, and to set apart. So I want you to picture like those pots and pans. You clean them, right? And then you put them on the side. It's like we're the pot and the ingredients are there, and God is the chef. And he's ready to cook. But the thing is, he can't cook in a dish that's not clean because it's going to ruin the entire dish. So I'm like, okay, sanctify. Okay, so sanctify is fine. But for, that was a key word. For tomorrow, I'm going to do a great thing among you. I mean, God, just give us the land. I mean, our ancestors were walking around here, our forefathers, whoever, the generation before them, they had to die because they would not listen to God. They would not trust God. And he said, you're not going to see the promised land. Just for that attitude and for you not listening to the simple things I'm asking you to do, you're not going to see the promised land. And I was like, I was trying to see the connection. Why would it matter? He didn't ask them to sanctify themselves yesterday or the day before that or the day before that, right? But I want you to sanctify yourself today because tomorrow something amazing is going to happen in your life, or something amazing is supposed to happen in your life. And I'll be honest with you guys, you can see this channel is called Singing Saleswoman. I've been trying to understand like what is my struggle. You know, like every week someone asks me, "How's it going? What are you struggling with?" And every week I have a new answer, I promise. And I was like, no, I need to be serious. What am I struggling with? And I was like, I think it's my health. So I started drinking more water. I fixed my sleep routine. I started meal prepping, which I've never done. First of all, life changing if you're not already doing that. That was like a game changer for me. I was like, oh my gosh, I've really been suffering because I didn't even know how easy life can be when you're just like eating properly and you have a routine in your life. So I fixed it. I fixed my sleep routine. I fixed my eating habits, bought fresh vegetables, and then I found out there's an outbreak of diarrhea. I'm like, what the heck, man? All the times. Anyway, long story short, I'm like, I feel like I'm still not there and I don't know what it is. And then it hit me. Oh my gosh. I think the problem is me. It's me. There are people with less in worse off situations and they've made it work. I was like, I think it's something going on inside of me because I have all the ingredients there. It's crazy. I have all the ingredients. Anyone who knows me, I've always liked being the person who can wake up early, read, and exercise, several times a week. That's always been a part of my routine for the last I don't know how many years. So it's like I feel like the ingredients are there, but I'm not cooking. What's going on? So to speak. I don't think it's an accident that I'm reading this right now. There's something about how I'm thinking that keeps sabotaging everything I do because I'm changing all these things on the outside, but I feel like there's something that's still not connecting. And so like my prayer this week has been, God, like, please show me what I need to sanctify myself from on the inside. Because if I continue to see myself a certain way, it's going to be very hard to deliver the way I need to deliver. And there's someone today I was listening to, and he's also in sales, and he's talking about how if for you $20,000 is a lot of money, you'll have a very hard time convincing your client that it's not. So you need to make sure that you're making that change in your own mind. Like, you need to stop feeling intimidated by money, stop feeling intimidated by this and that kind of client. And that's what the process I'm going through right now. What insecurities do I have about myself? What's my self-image? Like, seeing myself as an equal to whoever I'm speaking to. Like right now, if I had the team, because in my mind, like I'm like, I already see it, it's done. The team, I already see it in my mind. My company, I already see it in my mind. If I had that today, would I even genuinely be able to give people direction? Would I genuinely be able to give feedback that they can respect? Because I haven't done the work myself, right? How are they going to respect me? Like, even if you were to look at the Israelites, things like complaining, things like having doubt, going back to old patterns, whatever was working before, you go back to that. That's not going to hold the kind of life God has for you. So maybe part of what you're going through is that doubt. You can try, you can keep plowing through, bulldozing through. But as long as you have a thought that's working against you, you will find a way to hinder whatever you want from manifesting. You can't have what you judge. Okay, you want a lot of money? Okay, well, what are your attitudes about rich people? Do you feel guilty when you have money? Do you feel like you owe people? Are you afraid of people knowing that you're doing well? Do you feel undeserving of it? Sometimes you can get addicted to suffering because you can equate it to humility, and they're not the same thing. Is there something about you that loves the situation you're in, even though you hate how it feels? If you identify yourself as a victim, it's going to be very hard for you to transition to someone who overcomes things because you're addicted to that feeling. Because at the end of the day, you have to align with the thing that you're asking for. And I like this phrase: luck is when opportunity meets preparation. If you're not ready and the opportunity comes, you're not even going to see it because you're not even in alignment with it. I don't know what your situation is, but I know if you've reached this far, either you really like me or or you've been in a situation where you're like, okay, this is really resonating. I think I'm not internally prepared for the things I'm asking for God to do in my life. The future version of me is speaking on stages. The future version of me walks into a meeting and she commands the room. So I need to carry myself differently right now if I want to become that person. The future version of me wouldn't say no because she's scared. She should figure it out. The future version of me is not okay with being average. She wants to be the best everywhere. She wants to dominate. And they say fear and faith both ask you to believe in something that you haven't seen yet. Sanctify yourself. For tomorrow, I'm going to do a great thing among you. Thanks for watching. This is Singing Saleswoman. Make sure you follow me on social media. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. And yeah, subscribe here. Let me know what you'd like to hear about next. Bye. Love you guys.